Hi there, my name is Mark Carlson. I'm a spiritually based life coach, and today's video I'm answering a question related to what is self-love and what do I need to do every day to make it happen, to make it work, and what's it for, what's the whole thing about. So look, here's a great thing to look at. If you think about your life, if you look at the space you're in right now, and if you're in a room, look at the room. If you're outdoors, look at the outdoors. And recognize that everything that you're looking at is being interpreted internally, right? So everything you're feeling is being felt internally. Everything you're looking at is being looked at and interpreted internally. Sound, taste, smell. So what you think is an outer world is actually happening on the inside of you. Your only experience of reality is happening inside of you. Even with your closest intimate relationships that are right there in front of you, when you look at them, when you engage with that person, your experience of them and everything in your life is internal. Right? There is no one going on outside of you, not that you know of. Now, of course, everyone exists outside of you, but your experience of everything is internal. It's happening in your brain and your energy processing system. That means that there's only you going on. Right? From your point of view, you're the only thing going on. Now, there's lots of other beings that are going on all around you, and it makes it look like it's really happening, that we're all separate from each other. But in actual, and that's why it makes it look, the illusion looks really real, because I might say hello to somebody and they'll respond, and I didn't make them respond the way they did, but my experience of them, my entire experience of another person, is happening inside of me. So whether I look at the person from my two eyes, or whether I close my eyes and think about the person, the brain thinks it's the same thing because it's going on inside the brain, right? So my entire experience of reality is happening inside of me, the whole thing. Now, there's a reason I'm telling you that, right? So that means that if my entire experience of reality is happening inside of me, therefore everything that I think is happening out there is happening in here. Therefore, if it's happening inside of me, it must be me, right? Now, the way the vibrational system that we're in works is that what's most apparent for me to look at, the unconscious will sort that out for me, but what I need to look at the most is that's energetically within me, is manifested as a physical presence externally to me. But because it's a physical presence, we tend to think that's outside of me and nothing to do with me. But I'm the one having the experience of any person at any time. I'm the one having the feeling of the person. I'm the one having the anger with the person, the frustration or the love with the person. So it's actually going on inside of me. Now, whatever I need to heal the most will show up as a person. Now, I might fall in love with that person to start with, just to get me. That's often what happens. So the psyche will make it all lovey-dovey to start with, because if you had to deal with the challenges that you find in the relationship initially, you'd do a runner, right? If you knew the stuff that was going to come up with these people that you're meeting, you'd do a runner. So what happens is love comes, bang, it's all fantastic. And then when the 3 or 4 weeks after the falling in love part goes, you're left with this being that you may still love. Of course, you still love and interact with, but you'll also get to see what challenges you. And the stuff that you point your finger at is the exact thing right now in your life that you need to love. Now, this video is about self-love, right? But there isn't anything else. In fact, the only thing you'll ever have to do in your entire life is to love you, because you're the only thing going on. There's no one else going on, not from your point of view. Of course they exist and they're all happening around you, but you're having this individual life experience all the time. You interact with other people, but that interaction's going on for you. And you don't see people as they are, you see them as you are, because you only think a person is a certain way. So because you think a person is a certain way, then that's you, because the thought about anything is you, right? You're the one having the thought about anything. So whatever you think about another person is you, because it is happening inside of you. There isn't anything that you know that's not you, because the whole thing is going on inside of you. So you must learn to love yourself. And the area that needs loving the most is, you're going to love this bit, is the bit or the person or the situation that's hurting the most. See, this is your greatest guidance system. Your unconscious, by the way, let's talk quickly, I'll go off this, I'll go back to the guidance system, but you imagine a pinhead in the middle of the Pacific Ocean. The pinhead is your conscious mind. The Pacific Ocean is the unconscious, your unconscious. And the pinhead thinks it's running the show. It thinks it's in control. And you've got this massive energy that is the Pacific Ocean underneath that's really guiding everything. And the way it guides you is it brings people and situations in the physical realm that you'll get, that represent aspects of you from the unconscious. So the more similar aspect of you that needs to be dealt with at this particular time in your life will show up in a physical reality, because that's the only way you'd look. That's why your greatest guidance system, let's go back to that, is your challenges. The people and situations that you really don't like need to be loved. They are you. So if you do a runner from them, what would you think you're running from? You're the only thing going on, right? You really are. You think about it, there's nothing that you know of that's happening outside of you. Nothing. You think it's all going on outside of you, and of course it does, but your interpretation of everything that's going on outside of you is happening inside of you. Therefore, the only thing you know is your interpretation of everything, which is you. You project everything that is you onto everything else out there. But it's all you. So, of course, you must learn to love you, because you're the only thing happening. And the quickest way to love yourself is to look at the challenges that you're faced with. Look at them and say, right, my unconscious has brought this up. This is my creation. Whether I believe I create reality or whether God or the unconscious creates reality or something else, doesn't matter. The fact is, I'm having this creation in front of me. So it's my creation somehow. It's right here in front of me. And my unconscious has brought it to me because it knows what I need. So what I've got to do, rather than blame or run away from, I've got to look at what the challenge is. And this is how I do it. This is how I love myself. I look and I say, gosh, all of this time I've been thinking that I'm right and you're wrong. That's always the case in problem dynamics, right, with other people. Because the righteous part, the conscious part of us that can't see everything, just sees the little bit that it thinks it knows we are. And it says, I'm right, and everyone else is not right. Everyone else doesn't know what's going on, but I know what's going on. And you are definitely wrong, and I'm definitely right. That's what happens in the relationship. You do it in different ways, but that's essentially what's happening. Now, instead of doing that, you don't need to say this to the other person if your ego is too big. All you need to do is to do the work internally. So you close your eyes, you think of the other person, and you say, oh my gosh, I am so sorry. I've been thinking you existed outside of me. But of course you don't exist outside of me, because here I am having a conversation with you right inside of me right now. Right? And so you say to this, the visualization of the other person internally, I'm so sorry that I have been thinking you are external to me, and I'm also unaware, I was unaware until this moment, that actually the things that I'm judging about you are me. Because I'm the one having the experience of both the judger and the judgment, and the pain of what I think you should do. That's all happening inside of me. So to heal it, it's never about getting the other person to do anything, because there isn't anyone else going on from your point of view. They're happening inside of you. So how I love that is by accepting that the thing that I'm judging is me. Now, your ego is going to say, no way, dude. No way, Jose, that is not me. I do not do that. But look, when you drop that barrier, the righteousness, when you drop the righteousness, you might shed tears when you realize it is actually you. You might have a big laugh, hopefully. Just, have a laugh about it. But it must be you, because you're the only one going on. Right? It can't be them, because there is no them outside of you. There's only an inside of you happening. So the way to the fast track to enlightenment is to start loving the things that are there that you don't love. That's how you change reality for yourself quickly, rapidly. Let me tell you something. So when you think about what everything is right now, right? So internally, just think, a quick imagination of everything, including everything. Everything that you know everything is. Now, where does that go on for you? Inside, right? So when I think about what I think everything is, that happens inside of me. So everything I think everything is going on inside of me. Therefore, if it's happening inside of me, it is me. How can it not be me if it's going on inside of me? So therefore, I am everything I think everything is. So if I am everything that is everything, if that whole thing's going on inside of me, then it makes sense that I must learn to love this thing that I think I am, that has everything in it. And what I need to recognize is that all of the things that come at me that are in my immediate reality, not the stuff that's going on out there, but the stuff that's in my immediate reality, that's exactly where I need to do my healing work. That's where I need to bring harmony. So when I'm working with somebody, if I think about a person, if it's a close person and I'm stuck, I need to drop those walls, as I said. I need to say, oh my gosh, it's me. I'm the one. Whatever the judgment is of that, that's me. And you need to love that part of you. You need to say, oh my gosh, it's me. And when you do that, you love that part of you that's been showing up as that other person. And what happens is, because you love that part of you, they can then show up in a very different way. They can't show up in that other way, because the other way was where you weren't loving that part of you, so you can't love that part of them. It's impossible. How can you love that part of them if you don't love that part of you? So they're there showing you what you are and what you really don't like about yourself. But the ego says, but it's not me, it's her or it's him. But it's never the case, because there is no her or him, right? There is no one else going on outside of you. So the process of self-love is to daily do this work, look at what challenges and how can I get to a loving harmony. And it's never trying to change them. It's got nothing to do with them. If I'm having the pain, guess where that's going on? Inside of me. Do you think it comes from outside, from another person? Of course not. I am everything that everything is, as you are. Because you're the only thing that is having the experience that you're having. It's all going on inside of you. So it makes sense that you love it. Now here's the great thing about loving. and manifestation. When this beingness, when this physical presence has more and more love inside of it, then I get to experience love. And so guess what life is like? Right? And so if I'm experiencing love regularly at a feeling level, if I feel love regularly, then of course my life becomes lovely, and manifestation happens because of a vibration. We manifest everything that we are because of the similar vibration. So of course, if I raise my vibration to love, life gets better. So you ask anybody that's mastered anything, and they'll all say daily practice. Discipline, daily practice. So to get this beingness to a place that's regularly vibrating at a loving, high vibrational level, I've got to do the work daily. So yes, it's imperative that I learn to love myself. It's absolutely imperative. And remember, the thing that needs loving is the stuff you don't like. And the stuff you don't like shows up in people and situations, but it's you. I promise you. It's not me, it's you. No, it's me. No, there is only me going on anyway. Do you know what I'm saying? I'm having a laugh with you. You know, there's only you going on, right? So you've got to do the work. Don't give it outside. That's being very, very immature. You're essentially saying, I'm not willing to do the work. I'm not going to do it. I'm going to stay stuck. I'm going to stay in this stuck place, and I'm going to demand that you change it for me. You'll be waiting for lifetimes because they ain't going to change. Because they can't change for you, they can only change for themselves. And you, if you've got the courage, you drop the big ego, you drop the righteousness, and you come to self. We've all got it. You come to self and you say, okay, this is my show. I'm right in the center of everything that everything is for me. So anything that's coming up must be mine. I can blame and point the finger all the time, but because they're in my reality, it's got everything to do with me. Whenever there's a problem in my life, I'm always there every single time. It's got everything to do with me and nothing to do with anyone else. There's co-creations happening, so a group of you might have the same issue with that situation or person. But it's irrelevant. That makes it more difficult to realize it's yours. But it is yours, I promise you. So, if we know that life gets better if I increase my vibration, then I need to find a guaranteed way to be able to increase my vibration every day, right? And this is it, right? Guaranteed every single day. See, you can love me. I can have hundreds of thousands of people loving me all at once. But will that guarantee that I'll feel great? No. I might not be in a good space. I've got all these people loving me, but if I don't feel good about myself, it won't matter. So nobody or nothing on the outside will ever be guaranteed to be able to make me feel great. Only I can do that, because remember, there's only me going on, right? So this is the guaranteed way to make myself feel great every single time. Guaranteed. So this is what I need to do. Whenever I remember, and I can only do it when I remember, so no pressure, right? I can only do it when I remember. So when I do remember, and here's the thing, the more I remember, the more it will remind me to remember. So it happens more often. So when I remember, I look at the space I'm in, wherever I am and whenever I am. I look at the people in the space. I look at the environment and I say, how can I make this better? How can me, being the way I am, with the body type that I have, with the skin type that I have, with the personality that I have, with the sexuality that I have, with the political and religious beliefs that I have, with the family that I have, with the nation that I'm from, with everything that I am that consists of me, right? So you can do this. It doesn't matter where you come from. With this beingness that I am, how can I make this better and make it better? It might be just a smile. It might be sending love from your heart to the whole place. It might be helping someone with some shopping. It might be saying hello to somebody. It might be being kind in some way. It might be giving your gift, your talent. You know, but doing it authentically from a place that you know is love, right? You know, even though it might not be reciprocated, you know that I'm really doing this because I feel I'm being kind and loving and generous. I want to help. Now, when you do that, you will feel great every time. Every time. So you don't have to go and get people to do things for you to feel great. You have the power to make yourself feel great every day, especially when you're not feeling great. Look for a situation that you can help. If your environment's dirty, clean it. Don't think someone else should do it. They ain't gonna do it. You're the one who's seeing it, so you clean it up. You make it feel great for you. Make yourself feel great by being a loving being. Let me tell you something. The only thing we've never done as a race of human beings is love each other. We keep coming down, we're up there, and we keep coming down in different incarnations again and again and again, and we keep having the same opportunity. Will we do it this time? Are we going to love each other? At the moment, all we've done is blow each other up, and we keep making better ways of blowing each other up, right? We keep doing it. So we've still got this massive opportunity to love each other. When we do that, the planet will flip into a whole new reality. Different video. But we've got a great opportunity. Now, we can't love each other if we don't love this thing. That's why it's not only selfish, it's imperative that you love this. You must put this first because this is the only thing there is. If you don't love this, how do you know what love is? I cannot love humanity if I don't experience love within me, because from my point of view, humanity is going on inside of me anyway. So as I love all the different parts of me, and my unconscious will keep bringing the parts to me that I need to love, the challenges and the people that push my buttons, they'll keep coming at me. And as I learn to love them within me, as I say to them within me, oh my gosh, I thought you were separate from me, but actually the thing that I'm judging you for is me. As I do that, I love me. And when enough of us love self, the consequence of loving self is love, right? Of course it is. As I love this self, then love happens. Love is a sharing and a caring and a giving. You don't have to do it, it does you. But what you have to do right now is to learn to love you. And here's the thing, life is just going to get better day by day by day by day by day. Honestly, you empower yourself with light and love and information, and you do it by making your space beautiful whenever you can. Two things to do. One of them, work with the people who are pushing your buttons by accepting that it's you, by loving that part of you. And the second thing is, whenever you remember, make this space that you find yourself in kind and loving. Make it better from your point of view. Make it better. Okay, at the time of this recording, it's early February 2018, I have a beautiful retreat. It's for a limited number of people, only 16 people. There's a few spaces left. It's in a 5-star resort here in northern Thailand. It's about 70 kilometers outside of Chiang Mai, which is the biggest city in northern Thailand. And it's on the 16th of March into the 20th of March. And if you're interested, you can click the link below. If you're watching this video when it's already happened or it's too late, I apologize. The link will then change to my website. It's a message. It's a sign. It's my daughter. And I think that's time to go. Have a great day when you read this, when you see it even.